And now for the final episode on the Siege of Carthage. Hopefully, in no time, we'll be able to capture the city and destroy it. Okay, the Hastati are climbing that gate here, and they've wiped out the two units. They're very weak units that were guarding that area. And there's still no reaction from the main Carthaginian army. Let's see. Still trying to figure out. Okay, there's one unit over here. Okay, let's move the Equites over here, and I'm probably going to go in and take out Hasdrubal, the general, with the Equites. I'm also going to find. I'm going to bring the dogs in that gate too, and then pick a target for them to attack. I would like to, if they could attack some of those missile units and have some effect, that would be great. I still have to figure out how to take out those missile units that are in reserve in the back. And the Carthaginian army is just still is hanging out in the breach area. And let's bring the dogs in and the Equites. Like I said before, I really have not had much luck with the dogs. Maybe I don't know exactly how to use them, but I would imagine that they'd be a lot better against lighter units like missile units, because I've never had success with them against heavy units. Okay, I've released them, and they do gravitate towards the nearest target. Okay, there's that. Oh yes. Oh, they got a missile unit. Oh, and they're going right for the other missile units. That's great. That is good. Okay, go on. Go on. There they are. Oh, they're biting. They're biting. Good. Just chomp away at them. Maybe they can get all those missile units there. That would be great. It seems like they've slowed down. Maybe I need to move up the dog handlers. Okay, the dogs. I would figure the dogs would just gravitate and keep on biting everybody until they're gone, but they just seem to be just staying there and barking or something. They took out a few of those men already, so that has helped. Okay, I'm just going to bring the dog handlers a little bit closer. Maybe they got the right dog whistles or something to tell the dogs bite. Well, may as well move them up. I mean, they're going to be totally useless once the dogs are gone, so let them join in the attack. Well, the dogs are just munching. Okay, there's another missile unit going. Excellent. Uh-oh, here comes some cavalry. Okay, go away. Just keep on biting. I'm going to move another Hastati to try to capture that tower. If I do decide to attack, it'd be a less obstacle. Okay, they are reacting. Come on, dog handlers. Do a little more damage. Well, the dogs probably did the optimal job they can for this scenario. But one of my hastati has taken a beating by those missile units. And it's interesting. My hastati is sitting up on the wall there, that tower, but the Carthaginians are not climbing up. So they're just staying at the base, which is great. Maybe I need to fire some more missiles, so maybe an attack through there could work. Okay, let's bring the Equitas in that way. Okay, they're getting shot by the tower. But they are shooting my infantry. Let's go down and engage them. Hastati should do a good job on him. Okay, my Equites are attacked. Okay, it looks like the counterattacking units have been triggered. Okay, there it is. There's the counterattack message. Let's get out. Let's get out of the city. And we got the Willites up on the wall ready to engage them. Let's get out. Come on. I don't want to lose any Equites. There's Hasdrubal the Biotar, the commander of the Carthaginian armies. No, go back. Go back. Go back. Alright, that missile unit has broken. There's only a couple left, and I think they've been depleted by the dogs. So the threat of missiles is not so great anymore. Alright, there's some cavalry coming back. Alright, they're not challenging that hastati right now. Oh, that counterattacking force is very slow. Okay, the cavalry is being engaged. Let's bring in all the hastati. That'll be one less cavalry unit to worry about. Well, on legendary difficulty, it's just about fight to the last man. They are so difficult. That's why you never want to engage a bunch of units at once, like in a battle for it, because they will just eat you alive. You just have to, a legendary difficulty, you're just going to have to try to get them piecemeal or get them in a really bad position where you just have overwhelming force and just pick them off one by one. Still a lot of units left, but it looks like the victory objectives are open. But I first want to destroy that counterattacking force. Oh, wow. See, George Bush was right. Carthage does have weapons of mass destruction. As he said so. Yeah, Bubba. Hannibal, Hasdrubal the Biotar. No, he's got them. He's got them. There they are. Elephants. And two Elephants and sacred band, illegal. Those are weapons of mass destruction. Absolutely right. Busted. All right, now Carthage is really going to pay for that. They were hiding them. All right, now let's get a volley with the Welitas and stop. Just one volley. Okay, got them in berserk mode or stampede mode, whatever you call it. I wish they'd go backwards towards the cavalry and just run them down. My gosh, they're so slow. Come on. Get them. No, they just stop right there and they reformed again. All right, time for another volley. They killed them all. Oh, they're going down. Oh, I wish they could have stampeded one more time. They probably would have killed that entire cavalry group. There's still one more group of elephants. All right, I don't think I'm going to be needing the cavalry there anymore since this counterattacking army is going to be blocking that whole area. So let's send the cavalry towards the other end of the city. If I do launch an attack, okay, if I do launch an attack, I'll try to get them inside behind. All right, it's time to bring up all the Triari and the main army and really look like we're going to attack now, the breached area. And the Welitas, they're not going to do anything right now. Throwing the javelins over the rubble has really very little to no effect, so let's bring them over here. I think they'll be a lot more effective on top of the wall just throwing javelins down. All right, get those elephants. Okay, those elephants are stampeding into the sacred band. That's exactly what I want. I think they killed a couple of them. All right, let's do another volley. Fire. And they killed off all the elephants. So there, the elephants have been neutralized. Now, I'd like to destroy the whole sacred band, and I'm going to bring over the Welitas, and I think there'll be plenty to do the job. Let's wipe out all that cavalry and those two sacred band, and then that doorway, that gate, it just be open right into the objectives. I think we can capture all three of them. And it doesn't look like the AI, the main AI army by the breach, is going to react. So right now I'm just going to eliminate this force completely and then just enter the city and just take over the port, the Temple of Apollo objective, and then the other one way back. And the one near the breaches seems to be open too, so I think I can take all three of them and end this. All right, in the meantime, my Welitas are just going to shower first the cavalry, the general, and then the sacred band. This is really turning to be a massacre. Well, let's get that cavalry unit. And I don't see anything else going on. So I'm gonna I'm going to bring over all my Welitas. Okay, I'm going to enter some more units with a 2 Hastati are on that gate. Bring some Triari that way in case the cavalry comes and counterattacks. And still keep the main army facing the main breach here, ready to attack at any moment, so to tie up the Carthaginian army well. I'm pretty much covering the rest. Okay, this general is the next target, and then the Sacred Band. Yes, I think this is much easier. I mean, you have to do things right. It was like in every situation, even before. If you do things correctly, you can beat it on legendary. Even when the units were huddled around the victory objectives and a lot more units, but the main strategy there was just to lure one out at a time and then engage and do rear cavalry charges just one at a time, as you can see in the video that Legend of Total War did. And he almost got a heroic victory. I think he did almost get a heroic victory. It was close. I mean, it was a massacre. Even, I guess, Creative Assembly at that time tried to make it so difficult, but they were made fools of, by, if you figure out how the AI runs and how it's done. So I guess here they try to just make it, well, I'll fight you at the walls, try to get in. But this is a lot easier, I think so. Like I said, if the AI just came charging right out, I think they could beat my whole army, but they're just staying right behind the walls and letting me do, and not reacting to the other threats, I guess. But I think this is the easiest way to approach this, is to create all these breaches in the wall where the majority of the Carthaginian army will just line up and then just take care of business elsewhere. Let's bring a Hastati over here to get in. I'm just going to continue pelting the Sacred Band here. I'm going to bring in some more Velitas, because this one's going to be running out of ammunition, and just continue on until there are none left. As really there's no other way to use them unless I just bring them down the wall and they can shoot down on these 2 units near the Hastati on the wall area and just eliminate them little by little. But I want to kill the Sacred Band. they'd be important. I don't think any unit can beat them on legendary difficulty, so I just have to kill them in this fashion here. Kind of cheesy, but the object is to win by whatever means necessary. So war is war. The objective is to capture Carthage, so that's what I'm doing. Doesn't mean I have to engage every unit. So, okay, I'm bringing in the other Velitas. And let's check. Okay, they've been out of ammo for quite a while. I'm not going to beat them. It's really well. Let's see how much. They're just about ready to run out of ammunition. So then I'm just going to move them. Alright, I got this force over here. I got some Triari, I got some Equites, and I'm going to try to charge into those missile units. Maybe I can just run them down. If I can eliminate all the missile units, that would be an objective accomplished. Oh, they're just decimating the sacred band. Just kill them all. It's pretty sad. Once they unleashed their weapons of mass destruction, they achieved absolutely nothing. That's the way to handle them. God, I wouldn't. I was getting trampled by elephants and just slaughtered by sacred band is not pleasant. So this is justice. This is exactly what they deserve. And I'm going to move some of the Wilitas, the ones that expended their ammo, and bring in the next bunch. I remember playing this, I think at the hard level a few years ago, and I had the city pretty much captured, and then this counterattack came, and they just completely destroyed my army. What I had left, that was so upsetting. So I'm glad I can do this. Where are you going? Get up that tower. And just keep on showering until there's nothing left. Kill every one of them. Maybe once the main army finds out their elephants and sacred band have been eliminated, they may surrender. That would be the smart thing. Because if that's been defeated decisively, what hope do they have? All right, let's. They fight to the last man. Let's, they're now 19. Oh, they're ready to go. All right, the sacred band has been defeated. So Carthage, the elite forces are gone. And now that gate is going to be fully captured. Look at all the dead elephants, everything. All right, anybody want to come over and... I wish they'd send some units over there. They get some javelins, get annihilated, and that would weaken... Send out those forces in front of my main army. I don't think... I think the way is open just to get rid of this guy and then just move forward. All right, let's bring in... Bring in some Hastati. Okay, now let's launch an attack in this direction over here. Let's try to do it. Let's try to charge down these missile units in the back and then capture that objective. Charge. 113. Let's see. All right, come on, charge right into them. You gotta be kidding me. Not even. I don't even think they kill. What? They kill maybe one guy? Let's get back here. Those Libyan peltasts are almost like hoplites or something. On legendary difficulty, they are. It's just like fighting hoplites. I mean, they're well armored. I mean, it's not a missile. It's a very heavy, like a heavy peltast or royal, probably like a royal peltast. It seems like this is just ridiculous. I think maybe I got one guy. Come on, throw some pila. Oh, now they got the okay. Two groups of peltasts. Well, let's bring down the Hastati. Hopefully, we can beat him. Ouch. Okay, well. All right, let's bring in the Hastati and go after them and bring in some cavalry and some triari. Let's take that objective and take out those two missile units. Let's launch the attack from that direction. The other gate's been captured. There can be an attack launched from there, too. Unless this whole army, by the breach, will be cut off and pinned by the Roman main army. All right, they're going to run down there towards there. Okay. I'm going to move the Hastati towards the objective. Maybe it'll be a counterattack, but if there is a counterattack, that's when the Triari and my cavalry are going to come in and hopefully pin any forces that come. Okay, there is a cavalry moving. All right, let's get there. Form testudo. If you can form testudo. Here comes some Carthaginian noble cavalry. All right, just go up that street. All right, let's go attack them. Lure them in, and then hit them from behind with the Triari. And then bring some cavalry to prevent any more reinforcements. It's time for all-out attack. And if I can get these forces behind and the main army reacts, then I can charge with my whole line of Triari and try to sandwich them. And in the meantime, capture the objectives. No, don't break. Don't break. Hold. All right, let's bring in the Equites. That's the problem with the Triari. They're so slow. Okay, just hold. All right, let's get in. All right, there's no counter reaction, so we got those units trapped. Yeah, those units are trapped. All right, there's space. There's space to rear charge that unit. Come on, just charge. Okay, they're sandwiched. Let's bring in some more Equites and let's go in from the other side. Okay, those Carthaginian units are completely sandwiched in. Come on, let's go. Let's go in that direction and then hit the peltasts that are facing my Triari in the rear. Alright, the main army is not reacting. They're still facing my main body. Alright, do a nice rear charge. Come on, come on. All right, they're breaking. Good, good, good. This is it. Let's bring them all in. Let's finish off that cavalry. They're going to fight to the last man, those Carthaginian, noble Carthaginian cavalry. All right, that one's ready to go. All right, that's it. I believe all the missile units are gone. All the javelins, missile units, anything that can shoot is gone. I think we just got a couple cavalry left. It's time to capture the city. All right, this is great. No, the Carthaginians are still distracted by the main force outside. All right, it's time to just go capture everything and finish this. Let's bring in some Walitas to help. Let the city be taken. Even if they started moving, I would just throw everything right in there in the front, and chase them. So now let's go after the commander. Attack him with the Hastadian, have some Walitas throw some javelins. And I believe that's the Temple of Apollo right there. See, historically, Scipio Emilianus broke through that's right where that circular military harbor was, and he had his command center right in that middle Admiralty Island, and I think they built a tower on a ship or something, and they breached a wall north of it, and this is how they got into the city. And once they breached it, they stormed in there and cleared the whole lower part of the city, and then the main battle that lasted for days was actually assaulting Bursa Hill, and that temple way at the top of Bursa Hill is the Temple of Ishman, and that's where a lot of Carthaginian nobilities, including the wife of Hasdrubal the Beotar, she flung her children and herself into the flames. It was right after Hasdrubal the Beotar was begging, for mercy from Scipio Emilianus, and he surrendered. And the wife saw that and just basically called him a disgraceful coward. And instead of following suit and surrendering to the Romans, she killed her children and flung him into the flames, and then finally threw herself into the flames. And that was up at the top when the Temple of Eshmun was burning. Okay, now we're at the end phase, end game. I've captured one objective and the countdown has begun. And still the Carthaginian army is not doing anything, so... Okay, I'm moving towards the third objective. I want to capture all of them. Alright, there it goes. A few more seconds. All right, all three of them. All right, there it is. And I said I'm going to launch my main attack into the breach, but I didn't say it was going to be against a full strength Carthaginian army. But now is a good time to attack them. So, Triari, forward, march, attack, charge. Here we go. I said I'm going to attack, but now I just picked the right time. Here we go. Just slaughter them all. And that's why I got the cavalry in the back. And the cavalry is ready going to chase. So, this is it. There we go. Just slaughter the rest of the Carthaginians. And just this is where I'm going to inflict the majority of the casualties right now. And so, like I said earlier, I believe with this change, this has become easier, obviously, because there's less units you have to contend with. And then second, you don't have to go into the interior of the city and just, lure every unit. This is actually more realistic and more interesting than the old other versions, but again, it's still beatable. And there we go, just massacring as many units as I can. All right, let's just get towards the end. And now I'm just mopping up as much as I can. Look at all the dead by the wall here. The final massacre here is what killed most of them. And there's Scipio Emilianus. The city is yours. And this is actually the historical spot where the breach actually took place. Very pretty port. And I got most of my army still. That really didn't suffer many casualties. And I got a heroic victory. And let's see. That's always a nice accomplishment on legendary difficulty. And here it is. Oh my gosh. Forces were almost even. I believe in the older versions, the Carthaginians had a little over 4,000, but 800, a little over 800 and 3,200. Yeah, I didn't suffer very many casualties. This was a lot easier. Yeah, dogs. I actually found something for the dogs to do. They actually had the right they were in the right position to do what they needed to. So, all right, well, there's the gold star for the Battle of Carthago. And thank you very much for watching.